Welcome to the Inner Champions podcast. Would you like to promote your business so the world can find you? Or would you like to become a sponsor of the podcast? If so, please contact us on Instagram at Inner Champions Podcast. Lastly, follow our current sponsor at The Real Talk with Jordyn.
To welcome you back to the Inner Champions podcast. Before we get started, I'd like to cover a couple of things. If you've yet to do so, please follow us on social media platforms on Facebook and Instagram at Inner Champions Podcast. Also, if you want to get in contact with the show, maybe you want to be on the show, maybe you have show ideas, etc., please reach out to me via email at coachescornerradioshow@gmail.com. And last but not least, please leave good ratings on Spotify and Apple Podcasts.
Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Season 2, Episode 4. And in today's episode, we are going to do a continuation of the Success Starter Kit. For those that have not caught up on the former episodes of this particular series, I highly encourage you do so that you don't feel behind or you feel confused or lost. But in today's episode, we're going to talk about a few different topics, basically all combined into one. I feel keeping these particular topics together and combining them because they are that important, and I think that they do well and bounce off each other, and that is devoting yourself to it, believing it, trusting it, and when I say that, I'm talking about this whole Success Starter Kit. You have to believe in it, you have to trust it, you have to devote yourself to it. Whatever the things that you want to obviously get out of this Success Starter Kit, I gave you some earlier tips earlier on in prior seasons to figure it out, come up with that game plan, and now we're getting into the stages of submitting that game plan. So I'm going to go over some quick examples of what I think devoting yourself to this, believing in it and trusting it can be and should be. Again, everything I discussed is pure examples. And this is just a template. This is a practice plan. This is a guide. For those that, could be former coaches out there, current coaches, you should know what I'm talking about. So without further ado, I would like to get into what I think some of the best ways are to devote yourself to your Success Starter Kit. Some key things that I think about when I think about the word devoting to something. Now, a lot of people may think or may assume when I say the simple word of devoting, you probably want to think that I'm talking about your entire life. No, I'm not talking about your entire life, but I am talking a good portion of your life, 75 to 85%. Now, for some of you that are new to this, Success Starter Kit, this new success journey, that might seem like a lot to you in the very beginning, but I will be upfront with you. It sounds like a lot, but overall, it's really not. And the reason I feel that it doesn't sound like a lot is for those of you that have leadership skills or maybe coming on here to help develop leadership, this kind of episode will help you along the way. It will help you to learn that, for just as much as you need to devote to this, whatever this might be, you've got to, again, devote it to it, buy into it, trust the system, trust the process, use any terminology or key phrases that you so choose, anything that's going to keep you motivated into the process, the system, the devotion. Because I truly believe, as anything, this is where the going gets tough. It's going to test your willpower. It's going to test your mental toughness. It's going to get down to your core. It's going to, attack your core on, again, a lot of people can talk the talk, but can they walk the walk? Well, this is a good test to see that you can talk the talk, but can you walk the walk? And this all goes into trusting, believing, devoting. It all plays into one big factor. And remember, even on something like this podcast, we can sit here, or I can sit here and give you the advice and tips and tricks to do it, but you must yourself, under your own willpower, under your own mindset, under your own drive, have to put these things into play. I've given you the template. I've given you the outline. Now, how can you, take what I am speaking on, putting it into your own vision, on your own vision board, and making it something that you apply to your everyday life from this day forward. Or technically, from several weeks forward when we started this series. Again, don't get frustrated with yourself if your commitment level isn't as strong as mine is, or could be better, however you want to word that. Again, for 95% of you, I'm sure this is just a starting point. We all have to start somewhere. You have to start from the bottom, like we did several weeks ago when we talked about building foundation. Now we're getting to the peak of the pyramid, per se, and we are learning on how to get to the top. And this is just like all the other episodes in this series, huge, and will continue to be huge from this point on, because again, this is to help you develop, help you learn, help you figure out the little things to be or reach the peak of success that you so choose or set yourself out to want to gain and overcome. Let's take a moment and talk about belief and the buy-in process. And the belief and the buy-in process for me is just like it sounds. Yes, people say they believe, but putting that belief into play is a complete other story. So again, just as much as devoting takes a lot, so does believing, so does trusting. And so much so, even to the fact of, if things don't go your way the first 100 times, do not waver from your success starter kit. I can't make that any clearer. Please. A lot of you are going to have to remind yourself through this whole series that things don't happen overnight. As much as probably 85 to 95 of you want this to happen overnight, it's not going to happen that way. I used to be that kind of person, and I used to believe that, you go to sleep, you wake up the next day, and things are gravy. Unfortunately, it's not like that. You have to be battle tested. You have to, go through the ups and downs. You have to figure this out. And the reason you're battle tested, the reason it tests your will, it wants to know how strong you actually are. This helps gain mental toughness. This helps test the theory of staying locked in, staying on course, staying on track. Do not waver from, especially this particular set in the series. I personally believe at this point in the series, this is where people are going to start getting battle tested and testing their own power of will to overcome and putting this into play. It is very hard. This series and of episodes and things that we go through and we'll be talking about is not for everybody. You have to be willing and wanting to do this. This is something that you can't just wake up and be like, okay, I'm going to be the most powerful, impacting person. You've got to figure out the lumps. You got to go through the loops. You got to go over the speed bumps. You got to go through through the fire. It takes more than just talking about it. And I'll break off a little bit here for a few minutes so many people have asked me, how have you maintained or been consistent with your level of success? I won't really go into all of that in this current episode. I know it's getting late in the episode, and this is just another valuable topic be bringing up in the future and talking about. So as of now, I think this is going to conclude episode 4, season 2, and I hope to see you guys back in a couple weeks for the final episode of this series called The Success Starter Kit, season 2, episode 5. See you soon, everyone. Thanks for listening. Hope you're enjoying this series. Please don't forget to leave your comments. Please don't forget to smash the follow button. Please don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to share this particular episode or the podcast in general. Your viewership matters. It helps, again, put this out there on the map for the people that need this kind of guidance or kind of leadership type of things. So if you can do those following steps I mentioned a minute ago, that would be greatly appreciated, and we will see you soon.